well as with the sanitation they need. You have to provide them
Nancy
plastic.
Pelosi.
Well, he's just shush for a minute.
Tell it to Nancy Pelosi. And Schumer,
by the way,
Chuck.
Nancy Pelosi and Schumer, they have a plan.
Tonight, point, counterpoint, interruption. President Trump and Joe Biden, sparks fly in the first presidential debate as the two talk over each other. A wrap up on the issues voters are taking into account tonight. Jefferson County Democrats watched the debate at party headquarters. Angel San Juan shares their reaction to some of Joe Biden's responses. And on the other side in Jefferson County, they're rating the president's response to key questions in tonight's debate.
It's a beautiful night out there. Temperatures falling quite rapidly.
Live from the KFDM studios, you're watching KFDM 6 News tonight at 10.
The dust may not have settled yet after President Trump and Joe Biden went after each other and rarely let up in the first presidential debate. Moderator Chris Wallace hosted the 90-minute debate in Cleveland, Ohio. He posed questions about key issues, including the Supreme Court, the economy, tax returns, and health care. Sinclair correspondent Scott Thuman is in Cleveland with our report tonight.
Quickly, it was masks off and gloves off in his first presidential debate.
The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agree.
want to
Hey,
make
Joe,
sure.
you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
The handling of coronavirus, a contrast that defines their differences.
We're going to deliver it right away. We have the military all set up. Logistically, they're all set up. We have our military that delivers soldiers, and they can do 200,000 a day. They're going to be
This
delivering.
is the same man
It's
who
all
told
set
you
up.
by Easter this would be gone away. By the warm weather, it'd be gone. Miraculous, like a miracle. And by the way, maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it. This is the same man.
That was said sarcastically,
That was
you know that. That was said sarcastically.
And criticism over how much, or rather little, President Trump paid in recent years in federal income tax.
I paid millions of dollars in taxes, millions of dollars of income tax. And let me just tell you, there was a story in one of the papers.
Show us your tax
I paid
returns.
$38 million one year. I paid $27 million
Show us your tax
1 year.
returns.
I went, you'll see it as soon as it's finished.
And they provided a preview over the fight to fill the Supreme Court vacancy, and if Democrats have the power, would they add more justices to the court?
You're going to pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the
You want to
question
put a lot of
is the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justices,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
This
Who's
is
on your
so
list?
right.
Immediately, it is back on the campaign trail for these two starting Wednesday morning, and they will have a week off from debating. The next term belongs to Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris, who will face off October 7th in Salt Lake City. In Cleveland, Scott Thuman. Now back to you.
And the next two presidential debates are October 15th in Miami and the 22nd of October in Nashville. Obviously, this is a high-stakes presidential election for both political parties and all Americans. That's why it is very likely tonight's face-off was one of the most watched debates in history. Here in Southeast Texas, both political parties hosted watch parties. We begin with the Democrats. KFDM's Angel San Juan is just back from the Jefferson County Democratic Party headquarters with reaction from the Dems to that debate. Angel?
Tiffany, obviously local Democrats were rooting for Joe Biden, a candidate with nearly 50 years experience in politics. Yet despite that long resume, a lot of folks from both parties were not sure if the former vice president could deliver a good performance tonight. The 77-year-old Biden, who if elected would be the oldest person to ever hold the highest office in the land, is prone to making gaffes and at times losing his train of thought. But local Democrats who gathered in Beaumont for this debate watch party have faith in their man. They say Biden is one of the most qualified candidates to ever run for president. And while President Trump has tried to portray him as beholden to extreme leftists who want to make the U.S. a socialist country, Southeast Texas Democrats, who compile both the moderate and progressive wings of the party, say Biden appeals to a wide range of voters, specifically working men and women. And they say tonight Biden proved that he's the candidate who will unite the nation during these tough times.
I think he's a great candidate, and I just truly just love his party. I love his pick for vice president, and I think that he will actually do our country justice.
With regard to Donald Trump, he's someone that wants to act like a preschooler, just throwing out all sorts of claims and then expecting Biden to bite off, and he's not, because he's a grown man, and that's something that we need in the White House.
Telling him to shut up is really the only way you can control a bully, and that's what the president is.
The Jefferson County Democrats say they're proud of tonight's turnout for their debate watch party and hope to build on that enthusiasm with the Ride-In with Biden caravan on Saturday, October 10th at 4 that afternoon. Tiffany?
Thanks, Angel. Jefferson County Republicans met tonight also to watch the debate and support their candidate, President Donald Trump. The county GOP met at party headquarters in Port Neches. They watched closely and say the president has accomplished a lot in his nearly 4 years in office, including criminal justice reform, the economy, two areas they cite in their support for Donald Trump. We asked for responses about two key topics tonight, COVID-19 and health care.
I like the fact that he respected that we're in a republic, and he gave the governors of the state the power to make those decisions for their own states. Obviously, South Dakota is not New York, for instance. Our needs are different.
I'm not able to pick up everything about his health care plan because he keeps getting interrupted. It's more of a barroom brawl. I'd like some explanation. I'd like him to give the president a chance to explain what he's doing with these drug prices. I've read the favored nation status that he's in seeking. That would be a great thing, especially for seniors and people with chronic medical conditions. I think that would be great.
The party chair says President Trump has been good for the Southeast Texas economy by creating policies that help the energy industry grow and expand. A quick note, you can watch the entire debate again, maybe you missed it the first time, on our KFDM Facebook page. We have pinned it to the top.